Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's FearsomeFire here and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 things I like about Super Mario Odyssey. This list includes anything from events and activities to game mechanics and gameplay features. The stuff in this list is entirely my opinion, and you may or may not feel the same way, but hopefully you'll enjoy it either way. Please keep in mind that there will be spoilers in this video, so click away now if that may concern you. Without further ado, let's begin. Every 3D Mario platformer has always had a ton of challenging and exciting content waiting for you when you beat the main story, and Odyssey is no different. When I played the game for the first time, I made sure to keep away from as many spoilers as I possibly could. This allowed me to feel a real sense of excitement when beating Bowser, as I wondered what could be unlocked once I made it past the credits. And boy was I surprised by the massive amount of stuff that I could do that added on new moons and kingdoms to delve into, which added a much greater challenge level. The Mushroom Kingdom is, of course, the first thing that you see when you beat the main story, and I nearly exploded when I saw that I was able to go back to Peach's Castle in true HD and get a large variety of new and exciting challenges that mainly took place outside the castle. The nostalgic Super Mario 64 costume was a real sign that Nintendo had fully embraced their 3D Mario roots, and the entire game is evidence of this itself. There was lots of other stuff that unlocked after beating the game, including a bunch of new moons via the glowing cubes, and 2 other sides of the moon that gave Mario veterans like me a real challenge that left me stuck on certain moons for longer than I wish to admit. Super Mario Odyssey's post-game is the icing on the cake that pushed the gameplay mechanics to the limit, and combined all of that with a sense of nostalgia that is unique to Odyssey itself, and is so great that I have yet to play a game that replicated that same feeling. Nostalgia alone is the reason why I put the endgame content at number 5 on this list. Currency in Mario games has stayed the same since the original on the NES. You collect coins as you play through the level and can gain 1-ups each time you get a certain amount. In the first Mario games, this was a great incentive for players to go for gold and grab every coin that they saw on the screen. This changed, however, as newer installments came along and made the act of getting lives much more accessible and ultimately got rid of the entire use of coins themselves, making them a mechanic that was pointless and boring. In Super Mario Odyssey, Nintendo finally decided to mix it up after over 30 years, where they chose to throw in a unique twist to the coin and currency system. This time, they implemented 2 different types of coins, both with their own purpose. The regular coins we know and love are used as the global currency to get lots of different outfits, moons, hearts, and other goodies in the shops. On the other hand, there are purple coins, which are limited to each kingdom and allow you to gather kingdom-only items and outfits, which are unique and like no other. This simple but massive change completely changed the way I looked at gathering coins and motivated me to collect as many coins as I could to get my favorite outfits and souvenirs along the way. Some of the purple coins are a real challenge as well, and I found myself being more satisfied collecting the final couple purple coins per kingdom than I did when gathering most moons. This difficulty in finding both types of coins made it special to collect certain outfits and gave a real scarcity to the items that I wanted most, and that was a scarcity that always remained prevalent to the very end of the game. This currency overhaul combined new and old aspects together to make coin collecting pure fun, and for that reason it takes the number 4 spot in this list. 3D Mario games have always been known as solely single player, and even when Nintendo tries to implement some co-op mode, it never feels quite right. While Super Mario Odyssey still has a strict single-player feel, the addition of leaderboards connects the community and makes it feel like you're playing with others instead of by yourself. The simple fact that you can see the records of you, your friends, and thousands of people in the Odyssey community instantly brings a feeling of both connectivity and challenge with and against other players from all around the world. Koopa Freerunning in particular was the most prevalent game mode, which made me wonder why it took Nintendo so long to have a leaderboard in their single-player games. I spent hours learning new strategies and techniques just to shave off milliseconds of my best time. It gives the average player an easy way to get a glimpse of the broader speedrunning community which surrounds the game and experience those "how did someone get that record" type of moments when you compare your time to those around the world. Nintendo did a great job designing each Koopa freerunning race path by including many different shortcuts of all types of difficulties, which allows everyone to go for the same common goal, but to do so in their own unique way, and it makes it easy to discover newer and faster means of reaching the goal that you may never have thought of. Freerunning challenges vastly increase the replayability of the game and gives you something you can always fall back on when you've done just about everything else the game has to offer. Leaderboard challenges are number 3 on this list because it's an activity that I've spent so much time trying to master, and even after racing for hours on end, I still find each attempt just as fun and engaging as the last. Capturing enemies is one of the biggest reasons that Super Mario Odyssey feels so special and unique in comparison to its predecessors. There are so many different enemies, characters, and objects you can possess in the game, and somehow Nintendo manages to make all of them feel unique and special in their own way. As I played through the game for the first time, I found myself trying to capture everything I saw and was really surprised by all the different things the game allowed me to capture. It amazes me that Nintendo gave players such a sense of control in various areas by allowing them to gain access to a brand new miniature moveset that was designed specifically for each of the regions they explore via the capturing mechanic. This makes nearly all captures feel natural and fluid, and it results in getting completely lost in the game and gameplay, as each new capture means you'll find something new to learn. Even now, after I've beaten the game, I'm still unable to pick my favorite object to capture simply because there are just so many that I found spectacular, and the only complaint I have is wishing that I could play more levels with all the different enemies and objects I captured. The intuitive nature of this mechanic combined with the fact that it is so prevalent throughout the game results in moments that are purely fun, and for that reason alone, the capture ability takes the number 2 spot on the list. Movement and moving mechanics have always been a core part of Mario games since Mario 64. Every game has done a great job at creating its own similar yet vastly different moves from the other games, and while they all have felt great, there is always one or two moves that feel a little bit wonky. Super Mario Odyssey's movement is nearly perfect if it weren't for the motion controls, which luckily aren't required, but seriously, everything else is right about the way you move. It's easy and intuitive. You can combine basic moves to perform advanced tricks, which is exactly how a game's moveset should be, making it easy for even the newest and younger Mario beginners to get around. The tricks that Cappy allows you to do is spectacular and so good that many are calling it overpowered. In a way it's true, but only if you learn how to control properly. I think Nintendo surprised themselves with the moveset they created, as it mainly derived just from the addition of Cappy himself. The best part is that there's so many different areas which you can get to using Cappy jumps that make you think, huh, I actually made it up here. There's no way that they would have thought of this. But then, all of a sudden, a bunch of invisible coins show up, confirming Nintendo knew about the power of Cappy. The best part about Odyssey's new movement physics is the addition of momentum, which gives it a realistic feel that makes the compatibility and fluidity on a whole other level, which is above all 3D Mario platforms which came before it. Even though the core movement mechanics suffer a bit from motion controls, everything else about the way Mario moves is so perfect that it still comes above all others in terms of my favorite things about Super Mario Odyssey. Thank you guys so much for watching this top 5 video. The recent support I've been getting means a lot, and it's really pushing me to make higher quality content. If this video gets a lot of positive feedback, then I'll make sure to make a top 5 things I don't like about Super Mario Odyssey. So please like and subscribe to keep updated on all future content. And lastly, please feel free to list what your favorite things are about Odyssey in the comments below so that you can make your voice heard. Thanks guys.